Hello, my friend. I am so excited to dive into this week's podcast episode for you on this week's astrology. Oh my goodness. Happy 2025. If you missed last week's episode on January's forecast, go listen to that first because that is super juicy. That's going to give you a good overview of the month. Yet in this episode, I'll be diving deep into this full moon in Cancer that's coming up on January 13th. You're going to feel it a few days before, a few days afterwards, but I'll also be going through the transits of this week. I will then share how I made 2024 the best year of my life using my Jupiter sign. I'm very excited to dive into that because honestly, just reflecting back on last year, it was so astonishing to me what came into fruition, what I manifested, what I focused on. So I'm excited to share that with you to help you prepare to make 2025 the best year of your life. I will then end off this podcast episode with a tarot reading of what energy to embrace, what energy to let go of. So let's just dive right into it. Starting off with January 6th. So Mars is still retrograde in the sign of Leo. It retrogrades back into Cancer on January 6th. Now, this is a heads up. Mars is uncomfortable in the sign of Cancer, meaning that people can be less direct, people can be less forward. Expect your work and dating life to change. Mars retrograde in the sign of Cancer can be a bit passive aggressive. It can be a bit more wishy-washy, especially when it comes to dating. It can be a bit more uncertain about how to take action. However, the beauty of Mars in Cancer is really this nurturing type of energy when it comes to dating, when it comes to your work. This is a powerful time to really listen to your intuition when it comes to any specific person, when it comes to the work you need to get done, how to focus, what to focus on. Listening to your intuition is very key to all of this. Very important to consider. It's also a great way to channel your emotions. So if a lot of emotions are coming up for you, channeling those emotions when it comes to work, when it comes to creating, can be so powerful to do. Keep this in mind. Now, because Mars will be retrograde in the sign of Cancer, expect work delays. Expect things to not go super quickly. This is going to be a slow start to 2025, and we are going to go revisit some themes that occurred for you in 2024, specifically around October 5th to December 6th. So Mars will stay retrograde in the sign of Cancer until February 23rd, 2025. So we're going to revisit some past themes that occurred for you October 5th to December 6th, 2024. Go look back to see what was happening for you, because now you're going to try and rework some of those themes, some of those situations. Really good to consider. Now on January 8th, we have Mercury entering Capricorn. This is going to shift how we communicate, how we think, and how we plan ahead. I think Mercury in Capricorn is very helpful when we need a strategic plan in place, when we need to think ahead, when we need some structure, when we need to be very blunt. I will say that people can be very blunt and very honest, and this can ruffle some feathers. This can hurt some people's feelings. I would say to really think before you speak with this energy, because this can be a very straightforward approach to your communication. So keep this in mind. I would say because Mercury will be in Capricorn, we'll be thinking a lot about our work, our long-term legacy, our goals, our traditions, our rituals, and how we can achieve them. What systems and structures do we need to put in place to achieve what we want to achieve? Then on January 9th, The sun in Capricorn is square Chiron in Aries. This is going to feel uncomfortable. I want to give you a heads up. This can feel a bit like a sore spot has been touched. This could feel as though you could potentially get triggered. Take some time for yourself. Try not to react because Mars will be retrograde in Cancer during this time. I can see a lot of people reacting quite quickly because of this. And this is ultimately helping us understand what wounds are still sensitive to us. What are we still trying to heal from? What are we facing? With the sun in Capricorn square Chiron in Aries, this could look like we're feeling a bit underappreciated when it comes to our work. This could feel like we want to take action, we want to lead, we want to really have this legacy. But Chiron in Aries is bringing up our wounds when it comes to our sense of worthiness, of receiving what we want to receive. It's bringing up wounds of, am I worthy of leading more people? Am I worthy of being seen in this way? Am I worthy of being loved for who I truly am and for wanting my desires and needs? You are. Just remember, you are 100%. This is just coming up for us to see, okay, what wounds around work, around family, around tradition are coming up in terms of not being seen for who we are. Is there a misalignment? How can you realign to what you truly want for yourself? Take a lead, take a stand, and put yourself out there, right? And I want you to nurture yourself with this energy. The sun is still in Capricorn too. And I love Capricorn season. I think it's a very productive season. Yet, because there is this energy of Mars being retrograde in the sign of Cancer, we need to learn how to nourish ourselves more. We need to rest more. That's going to be a key theme. And that's going to ultimately help us uncover what wounds do we still need to heal from, right? And also reminding yourself that healing is a journey, not a destination. Now, diving into this full moon in Cancer chart for you, because I want to give you a heads up. You're going to feel this a few days before, a few days afterwards. This is happening on January 13th at 5:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's happening at 24 degrees of Capricorn. I did round up for this degree. It's actually 23.59, rounding up to 24 degrees. And this full moon in Cancer can feel emotionally very uncomfortable. This is a sign for us to really rest. You could feel overworked. You could feel as though you're not taking time to fully recover, to fully recharge. You could feel just emotionally drained. I'm saying this because Mars in Cancer retrograde is conjunct this full moon in Cancer. Now, this is looking as though we need to let it out. You need to cry it out. You need to have that breakdown if you need that breakdown, because sometimes we need to break down to break through. This really looks like an emotional breakdown to me, and that's not bad. I want you to remember that feeling your emotions is not a bad thing, right? And I think the tension with Capricorn season is sometimes because Capricorn really wants to produce, it really wants to take charge, it really wants to focus on the external of what can I initiate? What can I get started? Whereas Cancer is also a cardinal sign, yet it starts things in a different way. It wants to get started by intuitively feeling what is right for you. So with this full moon in Cancer, I want you to ask yourself, what do you need to cut from your life with this full moon? Because honestly, with this conjunction, this looks like a cord cutting. You need to let go of something. This is an energy where you could be dwelling in the past. I will say that you could feel like you're going and returning to the past and you're dwelling on those feelings, and it could feel like, why did this person do this? Why does this feel this way? And you can emotionally get yourself worked up about things in the past that no longer deserve to rule over your time. And this is a choice, right? And I say this as a Cancer moon myself, and also a Cancer moon conjunct the South Node in Cancer, which again, I've had to learn a lot in terms of letting things go. And with a Cancer moon, it's learning, okay, how can I feel my emotions, forgive myself, forgive the people that have different perspectives and different approaches than me? How can I let this go? This is going to be a very important theme with this full moon. Now, what's also happening with this full moon chart is Uranus is a powerful player. Uranus is in an exact trine to the sun in Capricorn and a sextile to this full moon. So this is going to give us some breakthroughs when it comes to how we are nurtured and taken care of. This could look like an emotional breakthrough. This could also look like a breakthrough when it comes to how we earn our money, how we nourish ourselves, how we define our self-worth and self-value in the sign of Taurus, because Uranus is in the sign of Taurus. Now, this is also very interesting. This could look like a sudden surprise that comes up for you during this time. This could also look like this idea that just comes to you where you want to run with this idea. You get this breakthrough that you really, really needed to progress forward. This is huge. I also see this as us really having this breakthrough when it comes to our definition of home and family. We have these themes of home and family when it comes to Cancer. So with Uranus in this sextile to the moon in Cancer, we're kind of witnessing a breakthrough around how we were nurtured and taken care of as a child. Maybe you're getting an epiphany around your relationship with your mother. Perhaps you are really understanding yourself in a way of, I see how I was raised, but this is how I want to move forward in terms of defining what family looks like to me. This is really big when it comes to this. And it's also us understanding which generational cycles are you breaking, which generational trauma do you have to heal from. This is a very powerful full moon in Cancer. I think this can really help us understand parts of ourselves that maybe were repressed. Maybe the emotions you're feeling with this full moon might not even be yours. Maybe they are from ancestors from years and years and years ago that are stuck within your body that need to be released, right? We have to kind of consider, what have you not been feeling? And this is the full moon to really feel everything. Now, although I don't really love Mars conjunct this full moon because it can be very uncomfortable, we have this lovely support because Neptune is in a trine to Mars in Cancer, and this is helping us really heal through what we're feeling. We're healing through how we take initiative, how we take action, how we approach our dating and work life. With Neptune in this trine to Mars, we're also feeling this spiritual call for something bigger than ourselves. We're feeling like, oh, wow, I'm not just working through all these things for myself. I'm making a bigger impact on the world. I can actually affect someone's life by just making their day, having this amazing intuitive call to perhaps give someone an affirmation that they needed to get through the day, or perhaps messaging a family member and seeing that it's made a huge impact on them. Or perhaps this is just you feeling more free and understanding, okay, no, I want to prioritize my spiritual practice in a deeper way. I want to make sure I'm meditating, I'm journaling, I'm doing things that help me get closer to source, getting closer to something bigger than myself to see, okay, how can I help more people? what does this look like to me? What is my higher calling? That is what I'm really, really seeing with this energy. Now, what's also happening is Venus is in a square to Jupiter in Gemini. And this is very lovely. This is us really connecting with friends, with partners, and having a lot of communication with them. So you could be potentially meeting up with quite a few people. You could be partying. You could feel like you are in this very artistic trance of, okay, how can I make more art? How can I appreciate art? How can I connect more with others that really, really uplift me and see me? Now, because Venus is in a square to Jupiter in Gemini, I still want to caution you because this could also look like overspending. You could be doing a bit too much partying. With Venus in Pisces, I would caution to not overdrink during this time because that could also be something that occurs. So making sure you are taking time, drinking lots of water, and knowing what's best for your body. Yet I do really love this energy because I do feel like this is giving some growth and expansion when it comes to your connections, seeing more love around you. Venus in Pisces is such a romantic placement. So this is really enjoying life, romanticizing your life, and really seeing the beauty of what's around you. Now, the North Node would have shifted signs on January 12th. And now the North Node is in Pisces, the South Node is in Virgo by the time of this full moon in Cancer chart. This is a huge, huge shift when it comes to what we're focusing on for the next 2 years. I'll be diving deeper into what the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo mean for 2025 in terms of the astrology in my free 2025 astrology event. You can sign up for that down below. I'll leave a link to that. That is a free live event to just get excited for the astrology of 2025, to learn how it will affect you. And honestly, this is probably one of my only free events of the year. So why not join? You'll still get a replay sent out afterwards. Yet I will be giving a special offer for those who join live. So you could check that out. That's happening on January 23rd. Now, because the North Node will be in Pisces for this full moon chart, it is also in a trine to Mars in Cancer, and also in a trine to this full moon in Cancer. So we have this energy of feeling spiritually called for something bigger than ourselves. We're feeling this energy of, okay, I need to get back into my spiritual practice, my routine. There's also this energy of how can you really trust your intuition of what steps you need to take forward? How can you really creatively express yourself through your emotions? What do you need to dial into and what can you visualize? There's a beautiful gift with the North Node in Pisces because we can visualize the future we want, which is really great to do for the beginning of the year, especially when we're trying to call in new energy for this year. Yet I will say this full moon in Cancer is all about letting go. You need to make space for your manifestations to come in, meaning that if you are, for example, looking for a romantic relationship, but you are talking to 3 people that you know aren't your person, you know aren't actually good for you, you're blocking your manifestation from coming in. That is just one example. But I want you to consider, what can you let go of with this full moon in Cancer? How can you cry things out? How can you process your emotions and embrace them for being beautiful? It's a gift to feel emotion. It's a gift to feel your feelings. I will say, as a Cancer moon, I used to think it's a double-edged sword to feel so much, because I can feel everything, yet I see it as a beautiful gift because you can pick up on things that maybe others can miss. And we're here to live a human experience. We're here to feel feelings, and that is truly a gift, because you won't appreciate the joy, the happiness, the laughter if you don't actually feel the sadness, if you don't actually feel the pain and hurt, which I know can be hard, right? We need to think of things in duality. And if you want help in understanding how this full moon is impacting your chart specifically, come join me and the Moon Sign Creative Community for our full moon in Cancer event. We will be doing a healing art ritual to learn how to release and let go your stuck emotions so that you can call in your manifestations. This is the perfect time to join the community, because having a ritual every single month, twice a month, is going to keep you consistent in terms of your manifestation practice. If you learn how to let go and to release during full moons, then coming to an event for new moons and full moons are going to help you see, oh, I can call in bigger, better things for myself. Because honestly, my community is so special to me. The people in my community have manifested dream homes, dream jobs, dream relationships, but also dream friendships, which I think we need more of. I feel so spiritually connected to everyone in my community. We are so aligned in terms of what we value, which is self-growth, self-reflection, empathy, community, love, understanding, human rights. We are so aligned in terms of what we want for our future. So honestly, come join us. A replay is going to be available. If you can't make it live, you're still going to feel that impact of the community energy. I have so many people in the community who can't make it live, but they watch the replay of the ritual and they're still getting so much out of it because they get to feel the energy of the community, and that really helps you amplify your manifestations. So I am super excited for this full moon in Cancer, friend. Please let me know what happens for you. And moving into my story for this week, it's still the start of the year. I can't believe we're in 2025. I just wanted to share just my reflections of 2024 and what I believe made it the best year of my life. Hands down, when I look back, I think 2024 was literally something I really needed. And to be honest, as an astrologer, I've been studying astrology since 2018. I launched my astrology practice in 2021. And looking at my charts, I kind of knew already 2024 was going to be a really good year for me. So that's one way to plan ahead, is to learn astrology and get excited, right? Because when you're able to plan ahead and see how to use the energy to your advantage, that is what really makes your year, because then you know what to lean into, then you know what to focus on. And I already knew 2024 was going to be an amazing year for me. I know 2025 is going to be even better because of my solar return chart. So I'm very excited for that. If you'd like a solar return reading with me or a 2025 reading with me, I'll leave a link to that down below. I'm just taking a few more people for February. Yet I want you to reflect on the previous year, because not only is Mars still retrograde, this is a perfect time to reflect, to see, okay, what do you need to change in your life to make this year, no matter what's happening in your chart, the best year possible. Now, for me, there was a lot of buildup from previous years. You know, my Saturn return was really, really challenging for me personally. It was still worth it. It was still a good year. I want to preface that. I want to say that. Even though it was really hard, I still learned so much from my Saturn return year. And that's exactly when I launched my astrology practice, was in 2021, when Saturn was in Aquarius. Now, what's also interesting when I reflect back on the previous year, I didn't really achieve exactly what I wanted to achieve. So I want to really preface that. I want to be fully honest. I did not reach my income goal, which is totally okay. I still earned more money than the previous year, yet I didn't reach the goal I had in mind. I did not get into a romantic relationship, which is something I wanted. But the funny thing is, I care less and less each year, right? And that's a good thing. I know I will find my person. I know my person will value what I bring to the table. I know that I will receive that because I'm not settling. And I also know I have a lot of love to give. I have so much love to give. And that is something that I want to share because just reflecting back, I thought 2024 would look differently, yet it was better than what I imagined, but not because of those reasons, right? And I think sometimes when we set goals, we can get so focused that it has to look a certain way. So I want to give you permission to change course if you need to still celebrate your wins, even if they don't look exactly the way that you would like them to. Now, the things that made 2024 my best year of my life is because I finally started to see my healing work pay off. I've been doing healing work consistently for the last, 6, 7 years, I would say. And this looks like a lot of different things for myself. This is something I really help the Moon Sign Creative community with. This is something I help my Boldest You mentees with. But essentially, I do a lot of journaling. I do journaling every day. I meditate every day. I do overnight affirmations every day. I have a free overnight affirmation on my YouTube channel. If you want to listen to that, that is to really help you with attracting more love and money into your life. And even though I did not reach my income goal, I did attract more money into my life. And even though I did not get into a romantic relationship, I really started to see what was possible for me in my romantic life. But I also started to see more love for my friendships. Like, I have some of the best friends out there. I honestly have a very supportive community that I'm building, not only online, but in person. And I truly, truly value that. I truly value the emotional depth in all of my friendships because I can see how I've attracted such amazing people into my life. Sorry, I'm already getting emotional, but I really, really contribute this. I contribute me attracting amazing friendships into my life through my Jupiter sign. And my Jupiter is in Leo in my 11th house. It is all about growth and expansion and opportunities through sharing my authenticity, sharing who I am, but also my friendships, my community, my dreams, my goals, my ambitions. And let me tell you, it's still a bit tricky sometimes because I have Chiron in Leo. No one can really tell I'm a Leo sometimes because of my Chiron in Leo. And it's just interesting for me to reflect on. But for me, I realized that I made 2024 my best year possible because I felt so magnetic in my relationships. I felt so proud of myself. I felt so creatively inspired because I created so much content. Like, if you look through all of my content from TikTok, from Instagram, from my podcast, from Substack, and from YouTube, if you look through all of my content channels, I've made so much content in the last year, and I love it. I love it so much. And it is a process. It is something to practice. Yet I really started to see how tapping into my Jupiter sign in the proper way has led me to such amazing friendships in my life, It's led me to community growth. I now hit 70K on TikTok, so thank you so much for that. I really contribute this to my Jupiter energy because Jupiter is the planet of luck, expansion, opportunity, growth, and wisdom. And when you understand how to tap into your Jupiter sign and the house it's in, that is when you get to attract amazing, amazing opportunities into your life. So tapping into my Jupiter sign has led me to amazing community growth. It's led me to have so many amazing brand deals reach out to me. I had a travel company reach out to me the beginning of last year to host a retreat. Unfortunately, I did not go through with it. However, it was such a good experience because I started to see what was possible for me, right? And I still might host a retreat in the future, so keep that in mind. I will eventually, yet I know right now my focus is to really grow and expand my courses, but also my community online and my community in person in Toronto. Another thing tapping into my Jupiter sign has gotten me is more friends and past clients recommending me and my work. I've gotten so many referrals for new clients, new opportunities through referrals, through people recommending me, giving me testimonials, giving me reviews. It's been honestly so heartwarming to see. I'm so grateful for that. It's been something that I cherish every single day. It's something that I really acknowledge, that I really am so thankful for. And I really see that as Jupiter in Leo in my 11th house. Another thing that really made 2024 one of my best years of my life is I made money while I was traveling. And that opened up this new possibility for me. Just making money while I was traveling to Lisbon was actually so amazing to see. I was getting semi-passive income at that time, and I was still hosting my community events, so that was still super fun. I still took a lot of time off, so don't worry, I did have a lovely vacation, but I want you to see that tapping into your Jupiter sign can give you such amazing opportunities that you would not even expect. I know one of my past students has gotten more opportunities through her Jupiter sign by taking my past Jupiter course, and how she received them was through podcast interviews because she had Jupiter in Gemini. It's really understanding which opportunities are coming to you and how to tap into that energy. And I go through this so in depth in my Maximize Your Magnetism course, activating your Jupiter sign for opportunities and growth in your career. This course is really helping you understand your unique Jupiter sign, but then also looking into Jupiter in Gemini and Jupiter in Cancer for this year to understand how to utilize that Jupiter energy for the year ahead. However, there is a dark side to Jupiter. The dark side of Jupiter can lead to burnout, exhaustion, overwhelm. If you tap into your Jupiter sign too much, like you're taking on too much, you feel like you're on a hamster wheel of exhaustion, you just feel like you're go, you say more, you keep going on more dates, you keep saying yes to every opportunity. I see a lot of Pisces and Sagittarius placements, especially burn out from this. Yet this could happen to anyone. And I say Pisces and Sagittarius specifically because they're Jupiter rule. Yet honestly, I still really suffered from burnout by tapping into my Jupiter sign too much, right? And I love creating. That is something I love doing with Jupiter in Leo. Yet it was hard for me. I still had to get over my fear of being seen. I had to get over my fear of being judged. I had to really heal through that in different modalities, in different ways. However, I still gain a lot of energy by creating. I still love that. It fulfills me so much. So it's learning how to tap into your Jupiter sign that can help you with those opportunities and just get you feeling more luckier in your life, because who doesn't want to feel luckier? in 2025, right? I think that's the most important thing, is knowing that it's possible for you, having that belief, because Jupiter is all about our beliefs. I've decided to extend my sale for my Maximize Your Magnetism course. You can save 50% off for the course in the next week. Honestly, I've gotten such amazing testimonials from that course. People are telling me it's life-changing. This is only if you want to make 2025 a growth-oriented year in your career. So go check that out. I'll be having a live Q&A for the course if you want me to look at your specific Jupiter sign. Get the course before February 6th if you want to join me live so that I can pull up your chart and we can go through your Jupiter sign. That's going to feel so fun, so amazing. You get lifetime access to this course. And honestly, it's a very affordable course. Usually it's $222. You save 50%. It's only like $111. You get to use it for the rest of your life. Amazing. I have students that go back to this course every single year and they get to see, oh, this is where Jupiter is now. I'm going to use this energy to my advantage. I hope to see you for the live Q&A. And let's get into your tarot reading for this week. So the first card out is the King of Wands reverse. So I'm really feeling like we're not feeling as confident and creative as we would like. You could feel like you're looking for your passion, but you're feeling a bit depleted. Maybe you feel as though you're not seeing how you can lead and take a stand, but you either are feeling energetically drained or you're feeling as though you're not ready. I want you to hype yourself up. I want you to really acknowledge what you've already accomplished. That is going to feel really, really important to do. I say this because the next card out is the Six of Wands reverse. So you could feel like maybe you wanted to celebrate something, you wanted to celebrate your wins, but perhaps you didn't get that chance or opportunity. You still have time. You can still celebrate your wins from the past year. You can still do this. This can feel a bit discouraging, right? This is a very internal energy where maybe you just don't know how to express that passion, that drive externally right now. And this is a sign to rest, to be honest. This is your sign to rest, to recharge. If you're not feeling creatively inspired right now, do something different. Get out of your comfort zone. Go somewhere that is inspiring, but also make sure you're resting, right? And I do want to say, as someone who creates consistently, sometimes I'm not inspired to create. Sometimes I really push things back. Sometimes it's hard for me. Yet what helps me the most is, number one, taking a break, resting, going for a walk, or tuning into a creative inspiration for myself. I've been watching Wicked a lot. As you know from my stories, if you watch my Instagram stories, that is the place to be. So you should really go watch my Instagram stories. But I will say watching Wicked has really creatively inspired me to this new degree that I haven't experienced in quite some time. And I want you to find that for yourself. I want you to find something that really excites you and inspires you. But sometimes you need that break. Sometimes you need to rest, right? Creativity is a beautiful practice and discipline. And sometimes it's about showing up even when you're not inspired, but it's also giving yourself time and space to practice that. The next card out is the Seven of Wands. Oof, okay. This feels a bit defensive. You could feel like someone's a bit more aggravated or passive aggressive. I'm seeing this with the Mars retrograde in Cancer energy, to be honest. You could feel a bit defensive. There might be a situation where you could just feel attacked in some way. I'm hearing that message. Try not to take it personally. This is a card to remind you to not be reactive and to be proactive. If anger comes up for you with this Mars retrograde, with this full moon in Cancer, scream into a pillow, dance it out, do a workout, write an angry letter and don't send it, do a cord cutting ritual, join us for the full moon in Cancer healing ritual because that's going to be so helpful. Yet I will say, do something that moves your body. That's going to help so much. The next card out, I asked what our block is. We got the Hanged Man. So you could feel like you're not making progress. You could feel like, why are things so slow? The Hanged Man is asking you to look at it in a different perspective. Maybe it's not about what's happening externally. Maybe it's more so an internal perspective shift, which ultimately we can't expect our external world to change if we're not changing internally, if we're not doing the inner work, if we're not recognizing what amazing things are already in your life. I'm hearing that message. I asked for a clarifier. We got the Two of Swords. So there's something that you're not seeing. I think this full moon is going to bring something to light, as full moons do. Yet you have more power than you think. You're holding yourself back. I do want to say this. With the Two of Swords, you could be feeling defensive, you could be feeling protective, which makes sense, but there's something you need to witness. There's something you need to see. You need to accept reality. Yes, it's good to dream bigger. Yes, it's good to be delulu, but you also have to accept your circumstances. You have to accept this reality. Wow. Okay, that was very channeled. I did not expect to say that. I asked for another clarifier. We got the Knight of Pentacles. So small steps every day is going to help you get to your goals. Break things down. Break your big 2025 goals down so that you know what to do every single day that gets you closer to them. That's going to help so much. I also pulled some oracle cards and we got rest. So take some time to rest, recharge. Honestly, this is not the full moon to overbook yourself. Okay, remind yourself of that. We also got listen quietly. So take some time to listen to your intuition, see what you feel called to do. That's going to help so much. We also got slow change. So don't rush the process. You're still going to make progress, yet you do not have to rush things through. No, things are going to change. 2025 is a year of huge, huge changes. There's just so many planets changing signs. This is the year that your life will change. But knowing how to be intentional is what sets you apart of making it really, really good change. I'll be diving deeper into that for my free 2025 event. So I hope to see you there of the astrology of 2025. I hope this helped, friend. I hope this resonated with you. I'm already feeling this very intuitive call with this full moon in Cancer, so I know it's going to be big. If you'd like to book a private session with me, you could check out the link for that down below. I just have 4 spots left for February for 2025 readings. This is the last week to book a 2025 reading before they just go back to birth chart readings. So take advantage of that. Also, your 2025 horoscopes are out. So if you haven't listened to them, go listen to that. I have a free version. I'll link that down below. I also have the VIP version, which is only $8. And honestly, that's super affordable. You get a more in-depth view of your career in 2025. You also get a more in-depth view of your relationships in 2025. So why not check that out to get excited for your year ahead? And happy full moon in Cancer, friends. Happy 2025. Oh my goodness, it's going to be an exciting year. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Just remember, the universe has your back, and with peace and love, take care.